Imagine it, just for a moment suspend your disbelief. One moment life is normal. Coffee brewing, sun rising, the world turning as it always has. People are going about their daily routines completely unaware of the impossible event about to unfold. The hustle and bustle of city life, the quiet serenity of the countryside, all existing in a state of blissful ignorance. Then, without warning, in an instant that defies all known laws of physics, the Earth stops spinning. Not a gradual slowdown, not a gentle deceleration that might allow us to adjust. An immediate, absolute, and catastrophic halt. Imagine the sheer, unimaginable force required to bring our planet to a standstill. The silence would be deafening, a sudden and unnatural stillness descending upon the world, but only for a split second. A brief, terrifying moment of calm before the storm. Because while the ground beneath your feet has abruptly stopped, everything else, buildings, oceans, the atmosphere, and you, keeps moving, propelled forward by inertia, at over 1,000 miles per hour. The momentum built up from the Earth's rotation is now unleashed as a destructive force. This is not a gentle braking, there are no seatbelts for the planet. It's a cosmic car crash of unimaginable proportions, a planetary collision with an invisible, unyielding barrier. Earth, our planetary vehicle, has just slammed into an invisible wall, and the consequences are immediate and devastating. We, and everything on the surface, are the unbelted passengers, hurtling forward with unstoppable force. The force unleashed is beyond any disaster in human history, dwarfing even the most catastrophic earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. In a single moment, familiar landscapes are erased, mountains crumble, and coastlines are reshaped beyond recognition. Cities are scoured clean, reduced to rubble by the sheer force of momentum. There is no safe place to hide, no shelter strong enough to withstand the cataclysmic forces at play. The very air we breathe, the oceans that sustain us, every living thing, caught in a cataclysm of unimaginable scale. The world is transformed, violently and irrevocably rewritten by the fundamental laws of physics. The familiar hum of life is gone, replaced by the deafening roar of destruction and the chilling silence of annihilation. The consequences are global, instant, and absolute. A planetary reset button pressed with unimaginable force. No city, no country, no continent is spared from the devastation. The impact is felt across the entire globe. The scale of destruction is beyond human comprehension, a tragedy of such immense proportions that it defies our ability to grasp it fully. This is not just a disaster, it's the end of the world as we know it, the collapse of civilization on a planetary scale. The story of what happens next is a journey into a planet made alien, unrecognizable, and utterly hostile by one impossible change. The ground is still, eerily silent, but everything else is in violent, chaotic motion. The laws of motion, once predictable and reliable, become the executioner, delivering swift and merciless justice. The world you knew, the world you took for granted, is gone in the blink of an eye, replaced by something terrifyingly new. The silence is replaced by the roar of destruction, a symphony of chaos that echoes across the ravaged landscape. The planet's momentum, once a gentle force that cradled life, is now a destructive weapon, unleashed with devastating consequences. This is the day the world stood still. A day that will forever be etched in the annals of cosmic horror, a day when everything else did not. What follows is a glimpse into a world forever changed, a testament to the fragility of existence and the awesome power of the universe. To grasp the sheer scale of the chaos that would ensue, you must first understand the fundamental motion we take for granted every single day. It's a motion so constant, so reliable, that we rarely even think about it. Right now, as you sit or stand, you're moving, spinning with the Earth, a constant, never-ending rotation. At the equator, this spin translates to an incredible speed of over 1,000 miles per hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. We don't feel it, we don't perceive this incredible velocity because everything, the ground beneath our feet, the buildings we inhabit, the very air we breathe, moves with us in perfect synchronization. We're all part of this grand, rotating system. This spin is not accidental, it's a fundamental property, a gift from the very birth of our solar system, a cosmic inheritance. It's baked into the very fabric of the planet itself, a consequence of the swirling cloud of gas and dust that coalesce to form Earth. It gives us the rhythm of day and night, the predictable cycle of light and darkness that governs our lives. It shapes our weather patterns, driving the atmospheric circulation that distributes heat and moisture around the globe, and crucially, it powers our magnetic field, the invisible shield that protects us from harmful solar radiation. Now, imagine that engine, that fundamental driving force, just abruptly stops. The solid earth, the ground beneath our feet, halts its relentless rotation. But inertia, that fundamental law of physics, keeps everything on the surface moving at the original speed. People, cars, trees, everything that isn't anchored to the bedrock. Nothing is truly fused to the core, nothing is immune to this sudden change in momentum. When the ground abruptly stops its eastward journey, we, and everything around us, don't. We're all flung eastward, propelled by the momentum we had before the planet stopped. At supersonic speed, a speed that defies comprehension. It's not a gentle stumble, a mere loss of balance. It's an instant violent acceleration, a force that throws everything into chaos. You become a projectile, an object hurtling through the air with unimaginable force. Launched across the landscape, a tiny speck against the backdrop of planetary catastrophe. The force unleashed is so immense, so utterly devastating, it rips buildings from their foundations, tearing apart the very structures we rely on for shelter and stability. Skyscrapers topple like children's blocks, their immense weight no match for the force of inertia. Bridges shatter and crumble, their carefully engineered spans collapsing into twisted metal and debris. Entire cities are swept away, reduced to rubble in a matter of seconds. Civilization as we know it is reduced to dust, a testament to the raw power of a planet suddenly brought to a halt. In a single brutal moment of planetary-scale destruction, the works of humankind, the monuments to our ingenuity and ambition, vanish without a trace. In the blink of an eye, erased from the face of the earth. The very foundations of our world, the geological structures that have stood for millennia, are torn apart, fractured and reshaped by the unimaginable forces at play. The experience is brief, violent, and absolute, a cataclysm that leaves nothing untouched. The law of inertia, an unstoppable force of nature, spares nothing and no one. The planet's surface is scoured clean, stripped bare by the relentless momentum. The world as we know it is erased, leaving behind a landscape unrecognizable and utterly alien. This is the true power of momentum unleashed, a force capable of reshaping entire planets. Nothing remains untouched, nothing survives the cataclysm. Picture this. The instant Earth stops, you're suddenly moving at over 1,000 miles per hour relative to the ground. You, and everything else, are launched eastward. Cars, buildings, even the air itself. The world becomes a horizontal storm, a blender of debris and destruction. Supersonic winds scour the surface, igniting firestorms and pulverizing what's left. Iconic landmarks, gone in seconds, reduced to fragments. The kinetic energy released is staggering, mountains eroded, landscapes reshaped. The human body and all life cannot survive such forces. In a heartbeat, complex life is extinguished. The law of physics is absolute, momentum is now the judge and jury. The planet is left a silent, devastated wasteland. As the land is scoured by unimaginable forces, the oceans, those vast and powerful entities, unleash their own catastrophe upon the world. The very essence of the planet is reshaped in moments of unparalleled destruction. The water, now a relentless force, still moving at 1,000 miles per hour, a speed that defies comprehension, carries with it the weight of the world's despair. It surges relentlessly eastward, an unstoppable tide of devastation. This isn't merely a wave, it's the entire ocean itself, mobilized into a single colossal entity, a planet-sized tsunami that dwarfs anything humanity has ever witnessed. Continents are submerged beneath the crushing weight of the water, their familiar shapes disappearing from view. Cities, once vibrant centers of human activity, are erased from the map, swallowed whole by the unforgiving sea. Landscapes are ground to bedrock, stripped bare of all life and history, leaving behind a desolate wasteland. The Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, no longer confined to their basins, sweep over land with terrifying force, carrying debris and destruction in their wake, a grim testament to the planet's fury. The world map is irrevocably redrawn, not with ink and careful precision, but by the raw, untamed power of water. After the chaos subsides, water settles in new, unexpected places. Massive polar oceans stretch out where ice once reigned, and a supercontinent emerges at the equator, a testament to the planet's dramatic shift. Familiar geography is gone forever, lost beneath the waves or reshaped by the relentless currents. The Earth becomes a water world at the poles, a vast expanse of ocean reflecting the altered skies, with barren land dominating the middle, a stark contrast to the watery extremes. The planet's face is changed beyond recognition, a new world forged in the crucible of destruction. The oceans, once life-giving and nurturing, the cradle of all existence, become the ultimate force of destruction, a reminder of nature's awesome and terrifying power. The world is left unrecognizable, a haunting echo of what once was. Deep inside Earth, a spinning core of liquid iron creates our magnetic shield. When the planet stops, that dynamo grinds to a halt. The magnetic field fades, leaving Earth exposed to solar wind and cosmic rays. The atmosphere is stripped away, molecule by molecule. Any life that survived the initial cataclysm faces lethal radiation. The surface is sterilized, complex molecules destroyed. The sky glows with deadly permanent auroras, a beautiful fatal light show. The planet becomes a barren, irradiated rock. The shield is down, and the sun delivers the final blow. Earth is left defenseless in the cosmos. Earth's spin gives us day and night, a rhythm for all life. Without it, one side faces the sun for 6 months, the other is plunged into darkness. The sunlit side bakes, temperatures soaring, water boiling away. The night side freezes, atmosphere turning to snow, a cryogenic tomb. Ecosystems collapse, internal clocks thrown into chaos. The planet is split, one hemisphere scorched, the other frozen. No relief, no transition, just endless extremes. The cycle of life is broken. The world is divided into two hells, fire and ice. Survival is impossible. The temperature difference between day and night sides creates a violent new climate. Air rushes from hot to cold, driving permanent, planet-wide storms. The twilight zone, where day meets night, is a realm of endless, violent weather. Gale-force winds, torrential rains, and freezing ice dominate this narrow band. Water boils on the hot side, freezes on the cold side, and storms rage in between. The water cycle becomes a brutal machine, erasing any chance for life. The planet is geologically active, but biologically dead. The balance that once made Earth habitable is gone. The world is alive with fury, but lifeless to the touch. This is a planet ruled by physics, not biology. The Twilight Zone is a permanent battleground. Here the sun never rises or sets, just a perpetual violent dusk. Winds of hundreds of miles per hour circle the globe, never stopping. The sky is a swirl of dark clouds lit by constant lightning. Thunder and wind create a deafening, endless roar. Torrential rains and sandblasting winds erode the land to a featureless plain. Geography is reshaped by the atmosphere itself. Even microbes can't survive the violence. The Twilight Zone, once a hope for life, is the most inhospitable place of all. It's where the planet's extremes meet and destroy each other. This scenario is science fiction, a thought experiment. No known force could simply stop Earth's spin. The law of conservation of angular momentum keeps our planet turning. Our spin is a legacy of the solar system's birth, essential for life. It gives us days, nights, weather, and a magnetic shield. We rarely notice it, but it's the foundation of our existence. Imagining its loss reminds us how fragile our world is. Our survival depends on delicate balances and cosmic luck. The Earth will not stop spinning, but by imagining it, we appreciate the beauty and power of our living planet. We are passengers on a spinning miracle. Cherish every turn.